All right, I am here with our tiebreaker, sort of. No tiebreaker today, but with LeAnne Constantine. Hey, LeAnne.
Hey Jen, how are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. So, LeAnne is the broker owner of Constantine Turner Real Estate out in Nashville, Tennessee. And LeAnne, let's hear your best strategies for winning in today's market and see who you match more closely with, me or Monica.
Okay. It's really hard to find three top ones, but
Right.
three kind of outside the box strategies that have helped me recently. As a listing agent, everyone offers to bridge that appraisal gap. We all know that's going on. What has helped me is to request that the buyers put a cap on how much they're willing to bring to bridge that gap. And then if that's, we kind of work through all the numbers, that's acceptable to everyone. I have them escrow that money up front,
Oh, that's a
because if
great
they don't,
idea.
and then they try to pull it out of what they've put down, say for their down payment, then they could totally lose their financing,
Right.
um, because they don't have enough cash to close. And so that has actually been very effective. And even for cash deals,
Yeah.
I have asked to escrow it up front, because then everyone has skin in the game and they can't.
Well, even if they're waiving the appraisal? No.
No, for a cash deal,
Right,
if
right,
they
right.
want an appraisal, which some people are still asking for that. I work in different price points, and some of the price points that's
Yeah.
a bit of an
No,
issue.
I love that idea, and that's actually a new idea to me is putting it out in front because the thing is if they don't need the gap, they were still gonna have to bring that money with them anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, with what people are offering now,
Mhm.
there is often an appraisal gap.
Right.
And people can say all kinds of things to win the deal. But if they're
Right.
serious and they actually do have the money to do that, they're not going to mind giving it to you up front, because it's going to go towards their purchase. It's not like you're going to
Exactly.
keep it. So
I love it.
it's just a safety feature for your sellers, and really for your buyers too.
Yeah.
So
No,
they
I
don't
think
lose the
that's
house and lose the deal.
great. Mhm. That's perfect.
The second one is, I really firmly believe in communicating in person with the agent on the other side. So if your
In
buyers
person.
in person, yeah, masks and all, right? Um, and if your buyers really want a house,
Mhm.
I have called the seller's agent and I've said, what's important to your sellers?
Yeah.
Well, they want to stay in the house until they find something else. Well, that's an indefinite time period. You can't even put that in a contract.
Right.
So I will talk to the seller's agent and say, look, what are they looking for?
Mhm.
I know someone who may have a listing coming up that might
Yeah.
work for them.
Right.
Let's get them connected. And that is a strategy that's actually worked out for me in two different transactions, where I helped the sellers find a place to go so that my buyers could write the best offer and get the deal.
I mean, communication is such a big thing and we talk about it constantly. It's like, but it's not, it's about a verbal conversation,
Yes, absolutely.
not text, not email, not a Facebook Messenger or whatever. Like it needs, you can get more information when you're talking to somebody voice to voice.
Yes, because you get voice nuances and you get context that you
Yes.
don't get with electronic communication. And please don't Facebook message. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Wow. You're pretty against that.
I'm pretty adamant on that.
All right. What's your third tip?
The third tip is, and I've had to become this for buyers and sellers. I've had to become an expert on which apartment buildings have apartments for 3, 6, 9 months leases,
Oh,
which companies offer those options.
yeah.
I'm a literal expert in that now for both my sellers and my buyers,
Oh
because
my
ultimately the
gosh.
sellers become buyers and they're going to have somewhere to live while they find somewhere to live.
Yeah.
And they love it, because this is beyond a lot of people. This is the part that's so intimidating to them. And a lot of people won't list their house because they're afraid they can't find somewhere to go.
Exactly.
But they want to take advantage of this market. So you find them someplace to go. You
Yep.
explain to them why they have to have temporary housing. You make them a lot of money on their house. You're going to be their forever realtor.
My gosh. I wish I would have talked to you before Monica and I did this because I would have crushed her in this battle. Those are great tips.
I'm sorry, Monica.
You're like the real MVP of this. podcast today. Those are really awesome tips. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing those. I know that will open up a lot of people's eyes like it did mine. If people do have a referral for you in Nashville, or they're looking for a place to go in Nashville and want to talk to you more about your team and your brokerage, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Anything, call, text,
Not
email.
Facebook Messenger?
Not Facebook Messenger. Please do not do that. I have 3 Facebook pages, and Lord
Wow.
have mercy. I know, I got to get somebody to clean that up.
What's your cell phone?
615-519-2064.
And your email?
It's LeAnne, LEANNE, at LeAnneConstantine.com.
It's phonetic. Oh, well, I really appreciate you being on. Thanks a lot, LeAnne.
Thanks, Jen. It's always a pleasure.